Hi, everybody. It's Friday, October 13th, 2023. Good afternoon everywhere. Welcome to another week of college football. I'm Dana Lane. Welcome to Against the Public. We're the only show that combs through early betting patterns by the public, shows you exactly where you might want to steer clear of public opinion. Today, we're jumping back on the college football gravy train with 5 winners that will go against the public betting early on. Before we get to Saturday's games, right now go to Pickdawgz.com. Just put them up. Just hit the send button. You'll find my college football 3-pack for Saturday involving Illinois and Maryland, Louisville, Pittsburgh, and San Diego State and Hawaii as your get-out game. Get all 3 games, $54.99. Also comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee. In addition, we'll also start our day off with Indiana and Michigan. That's an individual play that's not available on the 3-pack. All 4 are available right now. Go to pickdawgz.com. Okay. Unlike the NHL, before we get to our games, I always like to go through statistics. Unlike the NHL, the public is struggling in college football. Rather go to a sport where the public is struggling a little bit. Makes it easier. 156 and 159 is the public's record against the spread this year, and that just simply means that the public money is more on one side or the other. And then when obviously that higher percentage, we count that as a win or a loss based upon the result, obviously. So since 2019, games with more than 50% of the money wagered are 2,708 and 2,761. 49.9, 49.5% winners for the public. So to put that in money perspective, a $100 bet, if you bet with the public, would have cost you $24,096. And to break that down just a little bit more for you, in case you have these numbers, if you subscribe to a service, 50 to 59% of the public money is 844 and 909. I'll just go through the percentages. 48.15%, 60 to 69%, 49.25%. 70 to 79 is when we do take a little bit of a jump, 52.03% for the public. That's also good for 4.94%, 4.94 units of profit. 80 to 89% is 48.9%. Winners minus 37 units, and 90 to 100 is 111 and 106. 51% winners, but still not good enough to have a profit in there. And our record right now on the show is 51 and 36, good for 59% winners. The books took a bath on the ice on Thursday, and we went with them as well. But we're going to go back to college football, where we've been extremely successful. And just to go back to that kind of that table there, you could clearly see or hear that the 50 to 59 range is where the public really struggles, winning only 48.15% of their wagers. Where they do well is in that 70 to 79 range. And that kind of makes sense. I mean, the 50 to 59% is really, people are, it's a toss-up, so a mass majority is on one side, the other half is on the other side. And so we definitely can see with the win percentage where that would work out to be 48.15%. And then as we get higher, even though they're not turning a profit, but even as we get above 70%, that's where the public kind of turns it around a little bit and gets a little bit, gets some more victories. Not necessarily enough to make a profit overall, but enough to say, okay, well, the public is definitely on this one side, and that is much more of a factor in college sports than it is in professional sports. So might be people with some credible information, more so in pro sports that are a little bit more tight-lipped. Okay, let's get to our games. First game on the board, 9 o'clock Pacific time, 12 o'clock Pacific. Kent State versus Eastern Michigan Eagles. The Eagles are down to 8 points after opening up minus 12. 82% of the money is coming in on the Golden Flashes. And if I'm Chris Creighton, I'm just going to sit back and rely on the arm of Austin Smith against a defense that has given up 409 yards per game this year, with 243 of them through the air. I'm not putting my money behind a team that only averages 13.3 points per game. So I'm going to take the Eagles minus the 8, and we're going to go against the public here. Second game, Indiana at Michigan. Wolverines are a massive 33-point favorite. That has been bet down from 34.5, with 80% of the money coming in on the Hoosiers. They just not necessarily think they're the better team, but 33 is a lot of points. I don't like betting on teams that don't have a running game, and Indiana certainly does not have a running game, averaging only 3.19 yards per rush. Only 7 other teams in college football are worse. The Hoosiers are giving up almost 5 yards per rush, which means the Wolverines will not only have their way on the ground, but expect J.J. McCarthy to have his way through the air as well. They will score at will against Indiana. Take Michigan minus 33. Michigan State and Rutgers. 70% of the cash is in on the Spartans, who are 4.5-point underdogs after opening at 5.5-point underdogs. The Scarlet Knights might have dropped that game last week against the Wisconsin Badgers, but didn't look bad doing it outside of the first half. In the second half, they outscored the Badgers 13-7 in Camp Randall. Now they go back home to face Sparty, who's been outscored 98-32 in their three-game losing streak. Take Rutgers minus 4.5. Game number 4, Florida at South Carolina. Gamecocks are a small 2-point favorite with 85% of the money, bringing this number down, up rather, from -1 to -2. And I guess that happens when a team is 1-7 away from home, as the Gators are. But I think great teams show balance. And if we're talking about a team that showed balance, certainly that is Shane Beamer's Florida Gators. Last week, Florida was absolutely balanced against Vanderbilt. If they do that again this week, they will get the outright win. I'm betting that is going to continue this week, so we're going to take Florida plus the 2. And finally, Troy at Army. There's been a little movement on the number here, more so than other games on the board. Troy moving from -6 to -3. 89% of the money flowed in on the Trojans. I still love Hayden Reed. I still love that offensive line. I love the fact that Reed doesn't get hit until almost 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. Bryson Daly, if you don't know who that is, he's one of the most athletic quarterbacks, certainly that in the mid-majors. It's been fantastic for Army this year. Keep those points coming. I'm going to take Army plus the 6. So that does it for today's plays. Or Saturday's plays. Just to recap: Eastern Michigan -8, Michigan -33, Rutgers -4.5, Florida +2, and Army +6. And that's going to give us a good start to the day. And then when you get a W there, go over to pickdawgz.com right after that. I have the rest of my card is up. And of course, my 3-pack is up to start the day. $54.99 gets you my 3 top college football selections. Also, every play, comes with our win guarantee. So we also had that Michigan-Indiana game up there too. So all 4 plays up on the board right now. Get involved with that. Take our free plays here on against the public. Should be another winning Saturday. Feel free to DM me at Dana Lane Sports or on the YouTube page. Hit the like button if you do. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. We'll see you for Sunday's NFL games. All the best to you on Saturday.